the dark ages of Disney animation, with movies such as Treasure Planet and Pocahontas, with Atlantis the Lost Empire being in the middle of it. But is this one glimmer of hope in the dark ages of Disney? Let's find out. The story. The story is two things it does: getting to Atlantis and trying to help Atlantis in its sickly state. This is the movie's main problem. It doesn't have a focus. Does it want the quest to be the movie or the award? It constantly made me confused, which doesn't help at all when the action scenes are just mediocre. They can look cool, but are kind of boring, like with the fire. The climax is good, but there is so much going on in it. Like, there's this big balloon, and there's like fighter jets. It's like, geez. Going back to my point from before, the culture and history of Atlantis is somewhat interesting and somewhat nicely explained. You learn how the Atlanteans live and how their land sunk into the depths of the ocean. But it is ruined by a cop-out ending I can't even follow. Something to do with robots being a life force, and like people going into the life force, and oh my god, it's just weird. The story is barely functional, but at least has some interesting parts. The animation. The animation is good, but it could have been used in a better way. For one, all the colors are washed out with blues, greens, and browns, and sometimes it's hard to see, and the animation doesn't do much with it. Of course, it has some beautiful shots and landscapes, but it's mostly not that great to look at overall. The character animation and design is good, and it looks professionally done. The villain design is too obvious though, like, seriously? But the character animation on Milo just looks unnatural. Like, look at that face. And whenever he talks, it just looks really weird. But the rest is okay, though. While some parts of the animation need some work, it looks fine as it is. The characters. The characters are uninteresting and barely nice to watch. Okay, the Atlanteans are all nice, calm, focused, and deep, but that's it. We have Milo, who is a smart one trying to find and save the Atlanteans and Atlantis in his grandfather's name. You have the kooky inventor, the two crazies, and the nice role model. It's like, this is like common character traits in like road trip movies and stuff, and it's just obvious. But like, they barely have any chemistry with each other because it's like they just don't interact that much, and you barely see a lot of them. But the villains are so obvious to pick out, though. Like, I am not kidding. The moment I saw them on screen, I was like, oh, these guys are the villains. It's just easy to tell. And it doesn't help that they only want money. What else do villains want? Money? Do they want to avenge anyone? No, just money. Just money. While some characters are interesting, tons sink fast. Overall, Atlantis, the Lost Empire, has a story that doesn't know what it wants to be, and unlikable characters. The animation is okay, but it has tons of problems. I can see why this was in the Disney Dark Ages, but luckily a movie was coming along to bring Disney out of a ditch. Before immediately kicking them back in. Disney. 3, 6, and 4. So I hope you guys liked this review. I'm sorry the images were a little blurry. I'll be sure to fix them this time, because it's like the Google Images wasn't letting me get good photos. It was just doing blurry ones. I looked, trust me. But I hope you like the new thumbnail. I'll totally try them next time. I'm definitely going to improve getting backgrounds for the thumbnails and maybe doing some transitions next time for my images. But I think it went pretty good overall. I'll definitely improve in the future. But with that said, Sceptile456 signing out.